Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the tiger. So welcome back all my tiger friends. How my big cat's doing? Let's see. We will find out as we shuffle these up. And we stop to give you 3. Let's move these about a bit. Let's stop about there. Let's take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got 2 blacks and a white. It's easy to get very sort of pessimistic when we see those blacks, but as I've said before, even though they're in a negative, they're not always bad. Black isn't always an attack. White is not always all right. It all depends on those compatibilities when we flip them over. Let's see what we've got. A catalyst card. A lot of people getting these catalysts. This rabbit catalyst card coming in. And I don't know if that's a testimony to my shuffling or some sort of major shift happening right now where everything is now moving and that's creating a lot of change for a lot of people. This could also be because summer is now shifting over into autumn. So we are all going through this major seasonal change. So as we move into that autumnal period, we are going to start feeling a little bit more down, a little bit more low about, summer now being behind us and the holidays now done and moving into what is essentially the colder and darker, wetter months. However, it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all bad. That rabbit there isn't here to cause any major problems. As a natural pacifist, it isn't looking for conflict. However, you're not exactly the most compatible and lines of communication are not that great between the tiger and the rabbit. And as a communicating sign from that talking triangle, from the triangle of communicators and mediators, it must be incredibly frustrating right now where you can't get your point across. And I feel that a lot of people are struggling with this communication issue at the moment. And a lot of people are struggling to put into words what it is that they're going through or what they're feeling or how they're, I suppose, reacting to certain things that are happening around them. That's okay, because we'll figure this out. We're going to get through this and we're going to move through this relatively easily, I think, very, very kind of quickly, swiftly. Like that rabbit, it comes in very quick, it shifts things, moves them about, and before you know it, it's gone and we're just living life again. This is going to make you feel, I suppose, in some ways a bit conservative. I feel this is going to make you feel a bit more reserved. It could also play on your temper a little bit, especially if you feel things aren't going your own way. It might be hard to have sympathy for people or to have any sort of, feeling happy for people who are excelling in things that you want to be doing. It could be a case of, you're feeling a little bit left out, but things, as I say, are shifting into a change and you're going to start to notice that you are one of a kind, my lovely tiger person, and you have got a lot to give. You've got a lot of emotional power behind you. And this is your superpower. Now, tigers, they can be compatible with each other to a certain degree. So this isn't a bad card. This is a card that's kind of, stick up for yourself, be who you are. That's okay to be proud and it's okay to be happy with, the way you are or who you are. But don't be boastful, don't be egotistical, don't get into people's faces, don't sort of push it around. You don't need to tell people you're a great person. We can see you're a great person. We can see how good you are. We can see that you are trying your best. We can see that you're, hard at work a lot of the time and you're really trying to, have the best intentions with everything that you do. We get that. So you don't need to be boastful. You don't need to push that into people's faces. You don't need to remind people. You need to be able to just kind of be more humble, rein it in a little bit. And that may actually help with the communicating and actually the, talking with people and communicating with people. This might actually help you to kind of like open up a little bit and to kind of really express yourself in a sort of more positive kind of way. And I think you're going to shift into a positive. Like the change isn't bad, even though it's in that negative. I don't think it's bad. You're going to feel a bit frustrated, and especially if you can't communicate properly, or people aren't hearing you, or you can't get your point across. Yes, you're going to feel a little bit, you know, out of place, but it's going to shift you into a good place. It's going to remind you this is who you are. You are a good person. You are trying your best. You have got the best intentions. Just keep following that path that you're on. There's no need to get sort of all tempers up in a fury and creating, you know, more problems than it's worth, because that's what will happen. If you go looking for conflict, or you want to start a conflict, oh, you'll find it. 100% definitely you're going to find it. Even if you create it yourself, which you're probably very, very good at doing and very, very quick to doing, if you're not being heard and it's starting to get frustrating how many times you're repeating yourself, or how many times you've been in this position, or how many times you've experienced this, that, or the other. It's going to be frustrating. So I'm sure you could escalate things very, very, very quickly. However, is it worth it? Because that's just going to create more problems, like a domino effect. So far, we've had a rabbit catalyst. That change is coming. There's nothing we can do to stop it. It hasn't fractured into loads of different sort of changes that are going to create a massive issue. It's just temporary. And I think you realise that, because we're coming into an example of white not always being all right. Because there is your conflict card, the monkey. And the monkey and the tiger do not get on very well at all. However, the monkey is in the positive. It is a doer card. There is things that you can get done and do. Things that you can concentrate on, things that you can sort of do better at, things that, I know you've got the best intentions, but let's reevaluate. Let's reassess. Let's look at the problem. Let's tinker around a bit, take it apart, see if we can put it back better, see if we can, you know, figure out other bits and pieces, add-ons and mods that we could potentially do to this already, you know, perfect project, or whatever it is. You know, there's no reason why you can't be more proud of what you're doing, as long as you're not shoving it in people's faces. You alone can feel deep down, yes, I'm proud of this. Yes, I achieved this. Yes, I have done it. You don't need to go off and start parading whatever you're doing, or whatever it is that you've got done across, you know, the road, and showing all your neighbours, or even creating some sort of parade where you're like, look at me, look at me, look at me. You don't need that. The satisfaction that you will get will be from within, and appreciating that you do have those skills and you can do that. Of course, you've got this conflict card, which is a good challenge for you. And I think you need this, because you need to be reminded that you are this tiger and you can overcome. That monkey is a selfish card. It's about self-care. It's about looking out for yourself. It's about being a little bit more, you know, you orientated, looking out for who you are and what you're doing and what you want from life. You're a natural people pleaser. You're a natural person, people person. You want to help. You want to do right by others. You feel like this is your responsibility, but it's not. Not all the time. Not every time. You can take a break, and you can look out for you sometimes. And I think this shift is going to show you that. I think this change that is coming right now and that you're going through is going to open your eyes to, you know, it's okay to do what you want to do for a change. It's okay to take that risk and be selfish. I know it's a foreign word for you, but you can do it. You know, you're allowed to. You're allowed to pamper yourself, or treat yourself, or do something that you want to do, my lovely tiger people. So don't hesitate. And we'll find out how you get on with that, won't we, next week when we come back and we do another reading for you guys born in the year of the tiger. I will be back with a reading for the rabbits at some point today as well. So if you are interested, I will see you in that video next. If not, then I will see you next week when we come back and do a reading again for you guys. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.